What is up, guys? It's Miggy, Miggy, and it's been a while, but we're back at it again with another episode of Game Gab. I know you guys have been, I haven't been giving out or putting out a lot of gaming content for you guys, but here is the hot release. We are looking at Relic Arena. So if you're a fan of Autobattlers, if you're a fan of SUNSfan and Jenkins, this is the game for you. This was a mod coming from Dota 2, and now it's become its own standalone game. This is Relic Arena. So if you guys played it back then in the custom games, this is more fleshed out. This is a standalone version of it, and yeah, if you like Sunsfan and Jenkins humor, the dialogue is very there. It's very them coded, I'd say. So from the get go, you're gonna be looking at the Autobattler experience. We're looking at, you know, you're gonna be building units, but the difference is instead of upgrading your characters to per se, you're not gonna be upgrading them per se, but rather you're gonna be upgrading their skills, thus unlocking different kinds of synergies and potential team compositions. This is Relic Arena, a free-to-play multiplayer auto battler from Sunsfan and Jenkins. I just finished a tutorial. I went through my first game, so without further ado, let's get into it. So right off the bat, we're gonna be queuing. So much like the other Game and Gab episodes, I'm gonna be talking about the game. I'm gonna play around, and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it while I am explaining the game as it goes on. So if you guys are a fan of auto battlers, people say you should check this game out, and let's just see. Because after my first game, I felt like the game goes very long or it drags very long, but it might be very different for others because who knows, if you have a really broken team composition, you might just breeze through the game. But right now, I'm seeing a particular pattern. I tried a different composition, a team comp, but again, we're going to be checking that out. So the difference is you have your leaders, they have their skills, you can upgrade them, and you have your relics or your spells. These are what makes your units stronger. So you don't level them up, you level up the items and skills they have with them, and you can come up with like wacky ass combinations as time progresses, as the game progresses. It also has a unique take on the interest or the income system. More on that later when we're actually in game. But overall, it's been a positive experience. But as you guys heard, uh, if you guys are gonna be booting up this game, it runs pretty loud. So I say, I at least I suggest you guys should be checking out the settings so you can figure out what you want to be doing. But looking at this, maybe we're gonna go for Xerxes. Maybe because in the tutorial you play with Abraham Lincoln, but it seems like we should go for this. So Xerxes channels the Enduring Might. This power is shared with
I
the
am
selected ally
Xerxes,
hero.
God Demon King.
So we'll get our tank first. We're gonna get our tank. Of course, that's the go-to. And we're gonna go get this and possibly the Tommy gun. So these are the items we're gonna be getting. So as I mentioned, the income system or the interest system is very different because basically you lose your gold all the gold you don't use at the end of every battle. So it don't worry, it gets explained for later on, but dang. So we just got outplayed by the assassin, but maybe we're tanky enough to survive this. But if you guys are kind of confused on what's going on right now, don't worry. The game actually teaches you while you play or as you play. It teaches you how to go about playing this game. And we're looking at we're gonna be changing this up. So I'm gonna pick something out first. So maybe this one first. We're gonna be picking out, and then our unit is gonna be the tank. But we're gonna change this. We're gonna change this to a ranger later on. But I think I'm kind of getting the hang of how to play this. So again, so if this looks kind of overwhelming, you guys are seeing the screen right now. I know it might be a bit overwhelming because there's so many things to keep track of, but the rule of thumb is this is very beginner friendly. A lot of the if you hover on certain icons and images, it's gonna show you that, oh, okay, you could actually, it gives you a rough guide or like a bit of tips on how to play the game. And I think I think now's the time we should swap the hero. Let's swap it to this one. Sell the Tommy gun. Bring this in. Maybe the mortar. Take out the mortar. But get this in. And we'll look for something. Ooh, actually, we're gonna get that. And now we're gonna kit out or strengthen. Okay, so we got a game, guys. We got our Jaguar Claw and everything. So I saw this from the previous compositions or the previous game. I feel that Ranger is pretty OP right now. So we're gonna be building a Ranger and possibly a lot more. But again, this game is pretty fun. I feel like the game just drags on too much. It's kind the attacks or the way things play out. It's pretty slow, but ooh, the Tommy gun's gonna screw us over. And yeah, we get punished for adjusting our team composition, but lo and behold, maybe it's gonna be. We'll put a tank in front just in case, you know. Okay, so next up is heal 2-5. Okay, we'll do that. Maybe this one too. What can we do? This one after 4 hits. Yeah, we'll change that up. We'll mix it up. And yeah, so I guess the thing I want to bring up here is the game plays decent. Like I guess it runs fine. So far I haven't encountered any bugs, and ooh, this might be pretty good. But I feel like the animations are too slow. They tend to run slow because if you're playing this game and it's an Autobattler, and if you guys are gonna be playing a lot of round robins, there are 8 matches, 7 players you're gonna be up against. If the attack animation or the fight animations were a lot quicker, it might actually breeze on by. But we'll upgrade this.
My power expands, as it was always meant to.
We'll probably get the barbed wire this time. We're gonna roll. And we'll take this. We'll put the unstoppable here. If you guys are looking at my inventory management, basically how it's lined up or how it is from left to right, that's how it gets cast. So the first one here is going to be cast Jaguar Claw, PED. Maybe PED goes first. And everything else is going to be passive. So that's how it's going to go. You basically the same sequence. The game loop is pretty much what you see is what you get. So it's an Autobattler. You're gonna be playing it out. You're gonna be seeing how fast things go. You know, you're gonna be buying items and everything. So I guess there's not much interactions, especially it is an Autobattler. So you are really not expecting any player v player interactions. And
resources bow to my will.
That we're gonna roll again. Increase this. Roll again. Ooh. Every 5 seconds, the wearer attacks twice in quick succession. Deals as bonus damage on cursed attacks. Do I want to get the permanent lifesteal or yeah, we'll go for permanent lifesteal because if we get it, we pick it up early. We're gonna get a lot more use or utilization out of it. Maybe after the tank we could next one. Oh look as I mentioned, you guys can see if you look at it, you're by round 6. So after this round, we're gonna get a third hero body. So we're gonna get a second ranger, and yeah. So just like that, you guys could see. As long as you hover, as long as you know, if you're fidgety with your units and such, or with your mouse, you could basically learn the game as it goes by. And we're gonna get this again. We're gonna put that on him. Then now we're gonna increase
Even
buffers.
this shop must reflect my divinity.
Okay, so we're gonna lock shop because we're gonna want that. And yeah, so basically that's the gameplay loop. You're gonna be seeing a lot of idle time. You're gonna wanna if you want to min max it, you want to be able to use all the gold you have. And yeah, so I'm gonna be just playing this, and you know, as we go on, this is Game and Gab after all. We're just gonna be talking while we play. Right now we're the top in the 8-man matchmaking party with 191 health. So I guess I'd say if you're playing this, it's a very chill game to play on the side. Maybe, you know, my only issue with it, you know, it's a nitpick at least. It's that, you know, the battles could happen a bit quicker. So at least the games, you can put in a lot more games if you have more time. So the quicker the battles get. But then it's also a pro and a con because it's longer because it's slower because it gives you time to think on about what to do next.
The horizon bends to my crown.
So it's really a nitpick, I'd say, when I do that. When I mention or say that, because there are so many things you could possibly do or get out of it. So this pairs well with that, but we'll see. The top hat pairs well. I like that too. It shows you the synergies you could combine it with, so it pairs well with those certain items, and the Scythian bow and such. So I wonder, damage breakdown, send feedback. I'm not sure. Relic deck. I think you could see what's banned here, maybe. That I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how to find that, but we'll just figure that out later on. But as you can see, we got a lot of damage now. We're surviving. Our rangers are surviving, and that's basically what we want to happen. And we're probably gonna do 3 rangers, 1 tank. That's the smartest way to play this.
Foundation for future glory.
And let's see what we'll get. Maybe we do get the top hat. We get the top hat, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably get the top hat just for now, just to maximize the gold usage and be efficient with it. And we're currently at round 8, and we've already been in game for like 10 minutes. The last game I played reached around the 20-minute round, so probably it's gonna be 30 minutes. But overall, you know, this is a pretty unique take on the Autobattler genre. You're building your units, but the units you're not really solely dependent on rolling and rolling and rolling, trying to figure out how to maximize your economy. This game kind of dumbs it down or simplifies it so that you could really focus on finding those synergies. So if you guys are very much into trading card games, I'd say this is, if you're a tempo player, this is the game for you, because you're gonna see all these kinds of wacky ass combinations and tempo to play around. So with that, you know, you could combo off, you could suddenly make an OP hero, all those things could suddenly happen. And let's see, we got barbed wire. Closest ally gets the effect. Maybe that one. Yeah, we'll probably get that. So we get the tanky boys. And now it's about increasing our rangers now. How do we maximize that? Ooh, wait a minute. Gain 10 physical. Ooh. It's gonna be cool. Okay, we'll take that. And maybe lock in on this. But oh no, we're not getting that. We want the attack speed. And we're gonna get those. We're gonna do the conga drums as well. We're probably gonna put that in a support ranger. So far, our 3 ranger comp is popping off. So I'm enjoying this build, especially with the Xerxes. With Xerxes as our leader, so we are able to increase their damage. And we'll put that on here. Yeah, so we'll do a triangle combo or composition. And let's see, if I level this up to level 5, minus 25% chance to attack another unit in the range. If there no, it will hit. Oh, that's cool. So next up, PED. We're gonna. Ooh. Do I want to ignore armor or cooldown? No, we'll ignore armor. We already have enough. And the Sutton Helm casts instantly. Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, cast instantly. So we could close the gap and make sure that. Oh, okay. We got a hella lucky roll right there. So basically, we're gonna make a support ranger as well because he's gonna get the damage anyway. So we're gonna be able to provide enough. Hopefully, these guys survive. But the disarm is gonna hurt. That's a triple tank lineup, double tank lineup with a witch and the ranger. It's a pretty balanced comp. So now with the Scythian bow, we'll take that then. So this one is, which one? Okay. Congo, probably put them at the back. Backity back. Put them here. There. It's probably gonna be our lineup. Passives. We'll put that on our utility boy. And maybe this one will probably be here. Or here. Okay. So maybe we're trying something spicy, but we'll just have to wait and see. So we got the claw machine. Oh no, that hurts. Grouping up too much is it punished us. Oh really? Oh no, we actually won it though. Okay. Maybe this comp is pretty good. This one actually... Okay. So we're gonna put that... The Congo... closest ally. So we're fine.
I ascend above mortal kings.
And then the chicken... Okay. So we're gonna make this work. Hopefully we get to make this work. Because we already have a decked out, hella buffed up ranger. But the scepter of Agamemnon is... There's only 8, I believe. 8 now in the pool. So hopefully we can still get those. So fingers crossed we're going to be able to pull out a level 9 item in this game. But we're looking at a similar lineup. We have a tank, witch, and 2 rangers, but hopefully our rangers can beat him, and we do. Okay, we're still alive. We're not currently now in the second place, and we're at
Make the
13.
altars and the shops rise together.
Okay. But we don't have enough for that. So we'll lock that in. Maybe we start looking at changes here. We have ranger items. Do we have ranger items? Do we want to lunch with a ranger though? We could put the mammoth fossil though somewhere on one of our rangers, so just to have that AoE damage around him. And okay, what are we gonna do next? We just have to wait till we have access to level 5 on our leader, and currently at round 13 we're more or less secured or guaranteed top 4 at least, I think. I don't know. But if you guys are a fan, again, as I was mentioning a while ago, so if you guys are a fan of like trading card games, if you guys build tempo decks from Magic the Gathering, if you guys like play red-blue or blue-green, this might be the game for you. Because it really is enjoyable to see all of these things just working hand in hand. And yeah, maybe we'll get this. We'll put that on our Congo dude. And we'll start rolling. And one more roll. Okay, we get the drums. Let's go. We're getting our upgrades, guys. We're currently waiting on a few more, but we have a really buffed up ranger, and we have a caster ranger, and we have a support ranger. All the while they are getting buffed up by the leaders. Access to damage per round is plus 16 currently. So, you know. Let's see if we finally get a dubski. This is our second game of this whole Relic Arena experience. And I guess the gameplay loop, you know, you can't really complain. It's as basic as it gets. And you get to see how these Autobattlers happen, you know. I guess it's because you're not thinking of economy. It might somewhat get boring for you because it might end up becoming boring for you because you're not really using your brain. You don't have that. You're not thinking of economy. You're not really thinking of other stuff until you move on with it. And I think this is what's gonna seal our. So with that, do we want to put that there? Yeah. So 15% chance to hit a critical on hit to critical strike enemies in front of the wielder. Okay. And we just reroll. Get a drums. Unstoppable. Attack gain damage to the. No, we'll do this attack speed. And okay, we'll lock that in. So yeah, this is so basically the loop is, I guess it might end up feeling tedious or boring because your brain is only active from time to time. Because once you have your engine going, once you have your team composition going, it's a matter of just leveling stuff up. I guess the most interesting part is it's not a grid system. In terms of like movements around the area, it's not a grid system. Get an aura that provides 70% effectiveness to allies, or passively gives 3% wielder to every point of their physical. Now we'll go for the King's leadership, I guess. Now we just have to keep rolling. Ooh, okay. So we have that. Now we do deals bonus damage. And another scepter. Then we... Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's a lock. And yeah, so I guess that's my only complaint, or a few of the stuff. I'm enjoying the game. I really enjoy the game, but it feels a bit dragging because, yeah, a lot of the game, the it's a lot of waiting actually. So if you're not thinking, you're waiting. But I like the engine. I like the gameplay loop overall, and it just feels really nice. It's a plus in the brain chemicals when you start seeing the spells you decided to pick up start working for you, much like what just happened. And we're gonna level up
I
our
am
leader.
your god.
And which one are we gonna be upgrading? We'll upgrade this one. Have their magic armor reduced. Price extension. We'll probably do the price extension. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be long for longer. Then we're gonna lock the shop. But yeah, hopefully, if you guys have comments, if you guys have thoughts on the game itself, if you guys played it and you are just watching this, so as white noise in the background, comment down below also what your thoughts are on the game. Because okay, so there's a guy who now has a level 9 armor or whatever that item's called. Not really familiar just yet, but hopefully we get ours as well. We're looking towards that. Right now we don't have. I'm not sure about the spell building just yet. That's what I'm trying to understand right now. But we'll just hope to God that we're able to survive. And I think our lineup is pretty good enough for that. I guess in that aspect, as soon as I say that, of course, I get wrecked by the number one seed in our lineup. Currently, we are 5 left in the lineup. Chicken stun. Yeah, we'll do this. No, we'll chicken stun. But I think I should transfer this on here. Maybe that's the adjustment I need to do. Next up, trigger flames. 5% chance. We have to do the AoE. We really need the AoEs. Oh, okay. This is a lock. So this one is Congos. We'll buff this guy up. And that's gonna be a sick play. So we're gonna be surviving. We have just secured top 4, I believe. After this round, we're gonna have top 4. Currently round 19. And yeah, if you before I caster cursed myself, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Like, what are your thoughts on the experience? If you guys have played this, if you guys are gonna check it out, what heroes or what leaders do you guys prefer running? And yeah, maybe you guys could give me advice on how to play this as well in the comments down below. And if you guys are new to this, or relatively new to this, this is Game and Gab. So basically, I just gab or talk while I play the game, and I just talk also about my thoughts and opinions on it. And I think I'm not gonna be taking any more claw machines, but the guillotine is, yeah, maybe we'll do the Reaper's Remnants this time. And do we want to keep that? Yeah, we're gonna keep that. The claw machine and the Philosopher's Stone. So we're gonna lock that. Maybe the Philosopher's Stone is not the play. Maybe we take that. And what else can we get? But the Philosopher's Stone is not it. Maybe I can transfer the hat. I can transfer the hat to him. But here, it's really painful. The Abraham Lincoln build is just painful. And applies. Yeah, we'll take that. And regeneration while active. Passive. Okay, we're gonna take that later on. But yeah, so basically the game is pretty much what you see is what you get. And SUNSfan and Jenkins really outdid themselves in the dialogue. If you guys are into that, the lore and everything, if you guys like playing games for the dialogue, the the themes, the thematics or semantics of things, this is gonna be a game for you. The dialogue they have with the interactions, it's pretty funny. So the leaders are not just historical figures; there are pop culture references as well. And from what I've seen or what I understand, this is not a pay to win game. A lot of the cash shops or a lot of the payments are based on are solely aesthetic. So there's no pay to win scheme here. But it's gonna be a hard sell or a hard fight now, because we are now in the top two. We're against the undefeated Abraham Lincoln. So let's see. Hopefully we survive. Hopefully, and then once this game or this match ends, I will give you guys my thoughts on the game, having played two whole games on it. And as I was yapping and gabbing on and on, it seems like uh I missed certain things. But ooh, relic power, cast range. We'll do that. Maybe this. Do we want the guillotine? The claw machine? No. But we can get it. We'll just probably level 9 the claw machine because we could. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. So I'm gonna give my impressions and thoughts at the end, because that's what I mentioned. I introduced you guys what Relic Arena is. It's an Autobattler by SUNSfan and Jenkins, and it's a different take on the Autobattler format, wherein the gameplay loop is basically you are customizing each hero you get. Everyone gets 4, and then you build up the skills. And the silence is the caster. Where do I want to put that? No, we don't need that. We're just gonna roll. We got level 9. And we keep roll. Do we want to keep rolling? Yeah, we'll keep rolling. I'll take that. Probably that. We'll probably take the genie. That's the safest one to do. At least you have other damage from outside. Hopefully that's gonna be the change that's gonna matter. Maybe I split them all up. Like so. Yeah, I think this is the play. So maybe by changing that up, there we go. We're able to avoid it. I think they're gonna survive this time. This is the lineup we wanna get, but too little, too late. Okay, we survive. Okay, that's good. Next up is we'll take the bonus attack speed. Temporarily gain max health and heal damage. Okay. We're so close, guys. I think we're gonna survive the next round. And hopefully we get another level 9 item with the juicy. And yeah, so going back, so it's about the whole gameplay loop. So it's a unique take because you all have the same amount of units. It's up to you how you want to compose it with your, I'd say, your trio, which are your tanks. Sorry, it's the square now because there's the assassin, the tank, the witch, and the ranger. So each one tackles it a whole different way. And we're looking at we might actually win this round, guys. And we do. I think we're back, guys. So it's a unique take on the genre, and I guess I just sound like I'm just repeating and repeating and repeating myself, but the game is overall pretty fun. I don't need a level 4 genie, I think. I'll just keep rolling and maybe get get a few more. Okay, so he now has only mana, but we adjusted our lineup enough and probably our positioning enough to survive the next round as well. So fingers crossed. This is, I guess this is what makes it unique. So if you don't roll the stuff you need or the necessary skills you need, you it's very visibly apparent that you can make up for it with positioning and proper lineups. And I like the whole, it's not based on a grid anymore. The whole grid system is not working. So now you get to experience the game as is. Oh no, I think that's GG though. That's a painful hit. That's gonna hurt. Oh, we survived though. We're not gonna pick up the mask. We're not gonna pick up the lamp, but we're gonna keep rolling. We get level 9. Come on, we need more. Give me more level 9s. Maybe this one. Come on, come on. No. Okay, okay. So we're gonna lock that. But hopefully... Actually, what if I do this? I don't have a frontliner, but I have that. Maybe that's gonna be the play. We want to protect the really buffed up ranger by doing it this way. Because this is do or die, so we're gonna clutch it. We're currently at round 25. And yeah, so I like the whole, it doesn't have a grid system. You could basically put the units wherever you feel like putting them in. And okay, I think by doing so, am I gonna survive? They got stunned, but are they gonna survive this? I have enough lifesteal. Do I have enough lifesteal? No, I don't, and that's gonna be game, guys.
I remain mortal.
That's another second place finish. So, after seeing that, let's just claim the quest rewards we got. So this is Relic Arena. So the pros, or what I like about it, is it's a very easy Autobattler to get into. But it is, as you guys saw, it takes a bit more to actually get good at the game. So there's a bit of a learning curve because you are not looking at a grid system. There's no synergies to look at. Much like your traditional Autobattlers, you really have to think about the skills you pick up. So much like other Autobattlers, basically once you get it going, it's fun. It runs on its own. And I guess the difference with this is it takes a bit to learn, but it also holds your hand in a way that if you have questions, if you are curious about certain things, it gives you, the game holds your hand in a way that it tells you, okay, this is what you can do, these are the times you have to take. And I guess my negatives, or rather my concerns are, with the economy system being what it is, there's no interest, there's no economy management. It's a bit easier to pick up, but then it also kind of makes the game a bit boring because you already know, okay, by this turn I should level up my leader, by this turn I should level up my shop. So it kind of defeats the purpose of economy if the income is set like that. And aside from that, I guess the other nitpick I'd have is the whole what do you call that? The whole slow animation in the fights. The fights tend to drag on, and then yes, I know it's for you to give the player time to think about their next moves, but like right now we had a lot of dead air in the gameplay because basically the lineup was set. It's just a matter of waiting for it to happen and all. And yeah, it just became a bit dragging for me. For me at least. That's just how I feel, especially with a lot of the auto battlers just okay, roll 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 roll, pick up, pick up, pick up, that's it. Boom, bam, fim fam boom. You know, at least you're always active. Unlike here where you have your highs, really highs, and then suddenly it's just quiet, it's just slow. But then, of course, this is a game in development as well. As you guys could see, it's Relic Arena version 1.0D. So there's still a lot more room to grow, especially for this game. So would I recommend this? Of course, I'd recommend you guys to play this game. It's free to play. If you guys are fans of SUNSfan and Jenkins, do support them. This is not a pay to win game. A lot of the items are aesthetic. If you guys could see here, it's a bunch of them are aesthetics. So there's no problem there. And yeah, I guess in my that's probably my only thoughts on this. This was another episode of Game and Gab. We checked out Relic Arena. I shared you guys gameplay. I thought I shared you guys my thoughts. Again, it's Miggy, Miggy. If you like this type of content and you want to stay updated with my content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And if you guys want to stay posted, my links in my other social medias are going to be in the description box. Again, this was an episode of Game and Gab. We checked out Relic Arena. And I hope to see you guys next time.